Hey everyone, Mike from Just Watch back with another Just Watch review. Today we are going to take a look at the Seiko SRPC91 Save the Ocean Turtle. You guys know that have been following my channel. My very first video I ever did was a review on my 30-plus-year-old 6309 turtle that I purchased new back in 1986. So I have had a long love affair with the Seiko turtle and continues to this day. I've had a bunch of them and I've reviewed a bunch of them on the channel. You can go back and check through all the videos. I'll post links down in the comments below as well to the different turtle reviews that I've done, including the special edition all black one, which is really cool, as well as this one, which is really just a nice looking watch. I think they did a great job with it. There is one little fault with it though that we're going to point out. So once again, kind of Seiko makes you shake your head. What I have noticed on the special editions though is typically a little bit better attention to detail as far as the bezel action and the alignment and all of that stuff goes. Nonetheless, Seiko did leave a little bit to be desired here in terms of the QC department, which I'll show you guys in a second. Before we do that, let's do a quick wrist check. We are continuing to wear the Jeanalt Ocean Rover. I've been wearing this watch almost every day over the last few weeks and definitely enjoying it. It's keeping great time, accurate to within 2 seconds, actually under 2 seconds a day accuracy, and really enjoying the quick on-the-fly bracelet adjustment that you can do by just a couple of millimeters incrementally. It's really nice, especially when the temperature's fluctuating like ours is. We're bouncing around between 90 and 60 degrees every day, and you know, depending on what the weather's doing, it's really nice to be able to do that and adjust the bracelet and just keep the watch fitting properly as the day progresses. As to the watch, typical Seiko turtle fare here, you're getting a 45 millimeter diameter, 48 millimeter lug to lug, 13.3 millimeters thick, Harlex crystal, 200 meter water resistant, Seiko 4R36 movement, vibrates along at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Very solid, robust movement, very durable. In my experience, they vary between, as I get my computer going back here, when I went to sleep, as they vary between, but plus minus 6 seconds per day is my experience, which I don't think is bad for a $350 or so price watch. And that is something I think if you really want to bring it to a local watchmaker, they could probably get that even better than that. My experience with the 4R36 is they're pretty durable and robust too. They'll definitely take a beating, and then the combination of that and with it being in the cushion case, that is what the turtle is famous for, it makes a pretty good solid combination that's going to last you for a long time of daily wear. The dial on this watch is gorgeous. Of course, we have looked, this is the second Save the Ocean that we have looked at. It has that wonderful gradient that goes from the 12 to the 6 o'clock. It goes from an indigo blue to a dark violet, almost black at the 6 o'clock. You are, of course, getting applied stainless index markers in the typical standard Seiko turtle configuration. You have the sword and the stone marker, what they call the sword and stone marker at the 12 o'clock, and your typical fare as far as your Seiko handset goes. Day date complication at the 3 o'clock, and wonderful Seiko loom, of course. That loom really jumps with all of Seiko's divers. As far as the bezel action goes, wonderful bezel action here. I don't know what it is with the Seiko Special Edition turtles, but every one of them that I've handled, it's just been perfect. It's unidirectional, very little play within the bezel, and just a really nice tactile feel, 120 click as you're coming around. No feeling of drag or friction at all. It makes you wonder why they can't nail this like this on every one of their dive watches. However, one thing to point out here is that they screwed up on the bezel insert in that it is shifted off by about a half of 1 click, so that your choice is it's off by a little bit to the 11 o'clock or it's off by a little bit to the 1 o'clock. A little bit disappointing as far as that goes. It is off by just a little bit. You can actually float it so it's lined up perfectly. Chapter ring itself is lined up perfectly with the 12 o'clock marker and everywhere else, so that is a plus. There's no issues with the chapter ring. It's just with your 12 o'clock triangle at the top of the bezel insert will not line up with your 12 o'clock index markers unless you're floating it. So one of those things, it's just like, man, Seiko and your QC, I wish you'd just figure this out. But in their defense, I've seen Rolex Submariners with the same issue, talking new ones over the last year. So it's not just Seiko that is doing this wrong. Now, I have not tested this one yet for accuracy, as I mentioned. I'm going to come back with a review down the road on that. and we'll talk about the accuracy as far as, you know, a week on the wrist, that type of thing. As far as everything else on the watch goes, it is standard Seiko Turtle fare. You're getting that wonderful silicone dive strap. That the only drawback to that is it does attract lint, and lint wants to stick to it. But everything else about it is great. It's very comfortable. It has a little bit of flex to it, makes it comfortable to wear, and it's very soft and supple. And you're also getting a really nice buckle. Vast improvement over the old Seiko dive watch buckle and clasp that they used to use. So I definitely appreciate that. As far as the size of it goes, I know a lot of people, if you haven't experienced a Seiko Turtle on the wrist, 45 millimeters sounds big, especially in this age of decreasing case diameter. However, this watch does wear more like a 41 or 42. It doesn't wear like a 45 at all in my experience. Definitely appreciate wearing the watch. They just wear a little bit smaller. I know that's partly because of the 48 millimeter lug to lug, and it's also because of this curved case side that it has. It's a very comfortable to wear watch, and you can wear this watch, I think, even down to like 140 millimeter wrist size without too much of a problem at all. I know some people with some really small wrists wearing Seiko Turtles and enjoying them with no issues. So we'll be back in a week or two, or maybe 3, with a more in-depth look. I'll give you guys some more in-depth info as far as how this one is holding up. As far as the overall, I got to give this watch a A-. It would be an A or an A+ if they had aligned that index marker on the bezel insert correctly with the 12 o'clock mark. Other than that, so far this watch is aces. Wonderful look and fit and feel. So there you have it on the Seiko SRPC91 Save the Ocean Turtle. Everyone, thank you for joining us for this episode. If you are a first-time visitor to the channel, thank you for spending these few minutes with us and watching. Please do hit that subscribe button before you go, and also please do hit that like button, and also leave a comment for us. Let us know what you think about the watch and Seiko watches in general. Love to talk watches with you guys. That's what we're here for, and definitely always enjoy interacting with everybody. Everyone, thank you again for tuning in. We will be back soon with another episode. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.